Hello, my team. I wanted to share with you. You have seen, I'm sure, the, I'll go there to show you the file that I put in our group here. And I did a little bit of fixing on it. It's called My Worre Approach for Enviralizer. And I have some very specific reasons why I use the certain things I do. And as you can see, there is, not counting these two on the end, there are all kinds of people that are all here because I've had a conversation with them all today. Now, one thing that I did at the beginning and I don't do anymore, and that is I don't go and chase them down and message them when I'm not friends with them, because Facebook, gets a little funny about that, and they can make it so that you can't do any of your messaging. So what I have been doing, and it's working really well, I have two different things here that you can use, and both of them work, but actually the second one works even better, and put their name here again. And whenever possible, tag their name. In other words, when you start to type their name, you're going to get some suggestions that come up, and even though you're not friends with them, if they're in the group and they're real, their name will generally come up, and then they're going to see the message because they're going to get a notification up here in their Facebook. Most people will get notifications. So, for instance, I just recently did this with this fellow here. Now, I haven't gotten any further than the first part, but I did tag his name, and I did it on purpose. Now, as you can see, I'm not friends with this fellow yet, and he lives in the United States, and he's got a nice picture, so he should be a really good example of somebody to do that with. And then I'm not being picky on who I share it with, but I'm making them go through the same process, no matter who they are. And for instance, here's one that I just completed, and as you can see, I'm using exactly the words that I have posted in that file there. So it is worth it to do this. And then of course I change the name. Make sure the name is not only in there, but make sure it's correct. I don't know if that's actually his first name, because it could be something else, I don't know, but I'm going to just assume. And I've also done that with this lady already this morning, and I'm using exactly that same verbiage all the time. Now, I have a capture page that's going to my Enviralizer. The reason why being is because it's very, very important, actually, for them to get on your list, because they may not join today. They may not join tomorrow. I had that particular lady say, I'm going to do it next week when I get paid. And that's how they might want to do it, because that's how they have to operate. Most of the people in these groups are people that are working, that are trying to find a way to get out of their job. So they're really good prospects. And so we want to make sure that we are approaching them with a very, very professional approach. And the reason why I call that file the Worre version of it is because of the fact that if you've read the book Go Pro, he talks about how important it is to come from a professional place, not a begging place. And so I'm giving them 3 things they have to do before they get the information. First one is they have to message me. I have 2 different messages here you can use. I use their name. I always tag their name, unless for some reason it doesn't come up. And then I still put their name in there. I just don't tag it to somebody else. And then I don't go and I message them, and I'm not actually becoming friends with every one of them. I'm waiting to see if they actually respond first. And if they do, I've already friended a couple of them that did respond. In fact, this guy responded, so I'm going to say friends to him. And that's how I usually handle it. I wait until they've responded, till they have actually followed some of the process, because I think that it's important. Then once they have, then the second step is that you're going to ask them this question. It is very important that you follow these instructions. If I give you a video, will you watch it? This is straight out of Eric Worre and the book GoPro. And then I'm doing this because it's important that I tell them what they need to do, and I'm also making sure they understand they have to follow directions. And then the third one after they've done that part is that they get the actual information. I say perfect, and I actually put their name in here. Right here after the perfect, I put their name in here, again tagging their name. And then I tell them to go watch. And then, of course, I have a capture link in here so that it goes into, I have PLS, of course, Power Lead System. So it goes into my Power Lead System list, and it also goes on Aweber. So you can do it either way, but I like Power Lead System through Aweber better than direct. And they've got some great capture pages. So that's my 3-step process. And, of course, you want to follow up. But that 3-step process, so you don't want to shortchange it. So the first piece is when they ask for info in the group, which many of them are doing that, and I've gotten a lot of response today on my ad, you want to make sure that they message you. You don't want to get in trouble with Facebook. You don't want Facebook to say you can't do any more messages. If they have messaged you, you are not going to get in trouble. You're just responding back. And if they ask you to send by email, you still want them to message you first. Say, please message me first. And then once they've done that and they say, I really want it sent to this email, then go ahead and do that. But I still would go through these 2 questions first. First, you get them to message you. And then you ask them if they will watch the video. And then, if they want it done by email, then you will say, okay, this is what you do. Perfect. Go and watch. And then save your questions until after. And then encourage them to actually message you on Facebook whenever possible. Because, you know, it's real easy for things to get lost in the emails. That's been my case. But once you've gotten a little bit of rapport going, they're more likely to go look in their email and actually find the link so that they will find out how to get started with you. So this has been a quick update on how I use the Eric Worre program. And as you can see, I'm getting responses all day long. I'm going back and I'm talking to them. So that's it.